The another important thing is a protection. It's a suicidal thing. So honeybees, you know that when it attacks, so that is the end of it basically. So even it doesn't care that whether I am going to die or live, so it is going to attack, and that is for the protection of the colony that it is going to be. So because the sting which is there is a barbed one, once it gets stuck into the skin, it cannot be removed it back, and the entire system it comes out. And there is also a system that the poison gland will keep pumping the poison into the enemy's body, so as long as that gland is attached to the body. Then coming to the another third important thing is the ant. And ants again belongs to the Hymenopterans, and they are of Formicidae group. And the colony is also more or less of the same. As you can see, they are the ground dwellers inside the ground, so you get these structures, and there is a separate what is called the structure for the storing the food, storing the brood, then the queen and king, okay, and the food material basically. Here also you get the caste, or normally the queen, there is a king, and there is a worker. The worker again is subdivided into a smaller worker or a bigger worker or a soldier or the worker itself. There are different types of ants. That's a fascinating thing. See, the biomass, if you look at the number of ants present in the earth, is much more than the total animal biomass which is present on including the higher animals basically. Some of the important the type of ant, depending upon the type of the behavior or the nature, is the harvester ant. Harvester ant basically harvests the grains and then take them. The structure is also very different in the sense the colony structure. They will have a lot of space to hold these grains inside the ground, in fact as deep as around several feet inside. And there is another one called as an army ant. The name itself indicates that the colony, entire colony moves like an army. It doesn't have a permanent structure. Wherever it wants to stop, wherever the food is available, the whole colony will form into a nest. So with its young ones and the queen inside well protected, and once the food is finished or exhausted, then again this army will move by taking the eggs, grubs, pupae, food along with them, and then keeps moving. Very ferocious, normally found in South America and Africa. There are one more called as a slave maker ant. So this the bigger colony will invade the smaller colony, and they will take away the young ones, and then they will convert them into slaves. That means when they become workers, they will work for the higher colony. Carpenter ants, you might have heard. They are carpenter ants. They are called because they nest in carpet, that is in wooden structures, so which is quite nuisance to the furniture basically. You know the beaver ant. So very common Ecopteris maratina, so which is a red ant, so which construct the nest by binding the leaves basically. And leaf binding, you can see that they take the help of the young ones, the grubs, which produces a silk thread through which they actually construct and live inside. We have the honeypot ants. The honeypot ants are very specialized structured ants where they will take the honey wherever it is available and then completely fill with their abdomen as a storage structure. So for the benefit of the colony during the death period. Then fire ants are very ferocious. They are the secretion is also highly irritating one, and so they are now become a very invasive pest species in different countries. Thief ants, they actually steal the food from the higher colonies and then they will escape. And again, very important one is the leaf cutter ants. As you know that they are also referred as the farmers of the insect group basically, because they cut the leaf and they will take it to the nest and then they will chew it and take it into a bed on which they grow the fungus and they harvest this fungus for the development of the benefit of the young ones and the other colony members. Okay. So that's a very fascinating thing in leaf cutter. Foraging ants, they are known for taking the food quickly and harvesting it, the teamwork. So these are some of the very common behaviors that we normally see it in the social behavior. And this also we see it in our human society. Take it a family or a society that we live in a group, we live in one common place, we construct our house, we have certain structures and the what is called as the specific layouts in which we do that. And there is a division of labor, because without dividing our work, so we cannot. So we just look at the society, and here also each person has their own work to be carried out. And if we follow these, following the rules, then we could be as successful the living animals of the society than the insects also, basically. Coordination and cooperation, then the leadership quality, which is again very important, division of labor, and dignity of labor. So dignity of labor is the one which now in human society we are not seeing it. We are looking down upon some of the work done by the other people, but instead, so we should respect the people's work and do that. And sacrificing life for the society is again a very important quality. And whichever the animal or the species or organism which possess these qualities, so they are going to be the most successful social animal species. Thank you. So, with this, I complete my presentation. If there are any questions, I welcome.